My advice if you want to start a YouTube channel is just start. Hey there, I'm Kathleen, and welcome to my channel. I'm a writer, storyteller, and founder, and I've had my channel for about a year. So I just want to talk a little bit about what I've learned in the past year since having my YouTube channel. So let's get into it. So why did I even start a YouTube channel? Well, like I said, I'm a writer, and last year I started a blog on my website, which is currently on pause right now, but you can keep up with me and my writing on Substack. So check out the description box if you want to check out my Substack. But when I started my blog, someone encouraged me to include video in my blog posts. So I said, okay, cool, I'll do that. But I didn't really think too much about it. I just thought, let me, create videos for my blog posts, put them on YouTube, and just take it from there. And I was posting probably one video a week. And I had, I think two blog posts a week. Every blog post didn't have a video, but for the most part, they did. And so it was about maybe 3 months, so 12 weeks, where I was publishing weekly, like consistently publishing every week. And I started getting a lot of emails from people who essentially they were selling me their SEO services, but they all were saying like the same thing. They're like, "Oh, you have all these videos, but your channel's not performing, da 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 da." And I kind of felt like, I don't even know what I'm trying to do with this channel. It wasn't my primary focus. I was really focused on my blog. And if I'm being honest, I wasn't focused on it because I was a little bit scared of not necessarily being visible, but I don't know. I was just scared of something with video. I think I was scared of losing my writing, my core writing, like losing focus on the writing piece because I'm a writer first. But honestly, the more that I started creating videos, the more I actually started to enjoy it. So, which actually surprised me because if you knew me when I used to work in corporate, I used to love being behind the scenes. So the fact that I actually enjoyed being in front of the camera, that actually surprised me. One thing I'll say is that I've been building a personal brand from zero. I mean, like zero followers on across all platforms. I wasn't really building like a digital presence, definitely wasn't building a social media presence when I was working in corporate spaces. And when I became a creative entrepreneur, I was building from scratch, from zero, including this YouTube channel. And so it was new for me to go from not posting anything anywhere online to now I'm posting every week. I had I was batch creating and scheduling and all that. But I was essentially being a one person media company. And as you can expect, I pretty much burnt out. And I got to a point where I took a break unexpectedly because I really needed to ask myself, what is it that I want to do? I was trying to be on every single platform. I was trying to promote my blog. I really underestimated, how long it really takes to understand SEO. Plus, last year in 2025, I've heard or people were saying that Google changed how blogs get ranked and all these other things. So it was really, really challenging. There's just so much change, so much stuff going on nationally, globally, just so much other stuff going on out of my control that it just all became too much. So I took an unexpected break, asked myself, what did I really want to do? What did I want to focus on? Like, I needed more information, more data to make better decisions. And so I decided that I wanted to like really put my focus and energy into my long form platforms. So that's Substack. That's when I moved my blog over to Substack and YouTube. And that's when I decided to actually take YouTube a little bit more seriously. This was maybe 6 months after I first started the channel. So at that point, I had a strategy for my Substack and I decided to like learn more about YouTube, see what other creators do on YouTube, see what works, what doesn't work. I even joined a community for beginner YouTube creators and just tries to figure out like how can I make this work or how can I do more with my channel? How can I actually use my channel? But then what happened was I think I was trying to optimize too soon. I think I think it's normal for us to want to figure out how to, how to build and grow our channels as quickly as possible, but I think I was trying to optimize too soon. One thing I will say is that if you're like getting advice or trying to learn from other creators and you're brand new, try not to compare where you're starting at with someone who's on like chapter 10. If you're starting from zero, from one, don't compare yourself. Well, try not to compare yourself to anybody, but be mindful if you're trying to copy strategies or if you're being inspired by strategies from people who've been in the game for more longer than you have for several years. I think that was one of my biggest mistakes was looking at people who have been building for 9, 10, 12 years and I was a few months in. So I think I was trying to optimize way too early when I was still trying to figure out, what do I want to talk about? What do people want to hear? Like, how are people discovering me? That was another thing. I wasn't really promoting my YouTube channel outside of other than Substack. Now, when I looked at the analytics, my videos were showing up on people's Discover page, I guess, like your For You page. Some of my videos were being suggested to people, but I wasn't really promoting it. And I was primarily focusing just on YouTube and hoping that people will discover my videos. Hope is not a strategy, but that's the only thing I knew how to do. Now, this video is actually the first video that I'm publishing in about 2 months, which was also unexpected because I kind of got to the point again where I was like, okay, I'm optimizing too early. I'm still figuring things out. I'm still discovering how YouTube even works. And YouTube is definitely a long game. So I had to kind of shift my mindset, change my expectations, and again, ask myself, what do I want to do with my channel? Like, who's it for? Who am I talking to? Who do I hope my videos reach? Who do I hope this can help or inspire or, just for someone else to see themselves in me and my work? And so I decided to just stop thinking so much, stop overthinking, and just share my story, share my journey while I'm figuring it out. And pretty much just create videos and content from some of my own thoughts, my own perspectives as things come up. So now my channel is really going to be at the intersection of identity, culture, and transitions, because that's pretty much most of the things that I talk about. Most of my perspective is usually going to come back to navigating life's transitions or, things going on in pop culture or hot topics, and just how going through different identity shifts, how that can change our perspective of how we see things. I hope that you'll subscribe and stay for the journey while I figure out this YouTube thing.